after the patch that I'm making, addressing the changes in the patch, patch 10.02 or 1.02, the different things that I've learned and the different things that I think are gonna happen with this game. Now, I'm gonna go to female creator wrestler for a particular reason, because I want to show you something that has not been fixed. I guess it's kind of a big deal, but I honestly don't feel like they're even gonna fix this. I don't even know if they've even addressed this. As you can see, when I go to female wrestler and I add wrinkles, they don't apply at all. Nothing happens. You can't add wrinkles to women wrestlers. I thought this was one of the things that they were gonna fix, but I don't know. I haven't even heard anybody talk about this. But I can tell you the female wrestler is worse than the male wrestler in this. Um, for a couple of reasons. One reason is because of the some of the shoes they wear don't. As you can see, this stuff is really, really, really messed up. I feel as if they should have just not had the shoe in the game. Now, yeah, you would have people complaining, why'd they take this out? But I think that would be better. Because you really make yourself look even worse when you have this type of stuff in a game that has this type of title and this type of credibility from a financial standpoint or whatnot. But if you have larger shoes with the heel, they fit fine. Unless you wear socks with them, then somehow it causes the feet to go through the shoe, and a lot of the socks don't correspond correctly. And in my opinion, the female's face looks less detailed anyway in this game, and so you have features that they show but you can't do. I think that's a pretty bad thing. It's not gonna make the world of a difference for me personally. I did use those wrinkles and stuff in 2K19 on some of the women, but not that much. Now the males, theirs work fine. They always have, even before the patch. I don't see issues with the male wrestler on creator wrestler mode. I don't see any like dramatic issues. There's only one that I saw, and I'll show you what it is. And it's one of the only ones that I've seen. They always have to do with head gear and head accessories, and this stuff is not really make or break, but at the same time, you kind of feel like it shouldn't be it shouldn't happen anymore, because it didn't happen. This right here, as you can see, it goes through his back. This one doesn't. That one doesn't. These fit perfectly fine, no problem. But then when you put this one on, it's going all the way through the skin. Something went wrong there when they were putting that in the game. I'm not sure what it was. And then some parts that you add together, like helmets and not helmets, but headgear together with masks, sometimes the two parts will kind of conjoint and go through each other. I kind of expect that, because it's tough to fit those things together, and I know in past games they just wouldn't let you put them together. It would, show the logo that wouldn't let you, letting you know that you can't do it. Now, let's get into gameplay. I'm going to go ahead and get into a game and play it as I'm talking. I'm going to use a custom arena. My custom arenas, after the patch, my custom arenas work well. I don't have any issues anywhere. I hear people talking about when you add letters and logos, they're misplaced. I have not seen that personally. I can't tell you that it's not in the game, but I'm not going to say they're not being honest. They probably are. This is the Cain Velasquez I created. The tattoo on his chest is a little bit messed up, but the match that I'm going to do, I put Habib Nurmagomedov on here, for my own reasons. I'm going to, what match am I going to, I'm going to make sure I use custom wrestlers, just for the sake of making the point. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use female. No, I'm not. See, I can't even make up my mind. See, I don't predetermine my videos before I make them. I kind of just do a shoot, but I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my Pumpkin Man character. The reason I'm gonna use him is because he almost seems like somebody that should crash because of all of his parts. You know, he had trouble loading up in the past, but I don't see that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add a manager too, because that was causing crashes too. I think it was. I don't know that for sure, but I had matches where I had a manager in the match. It didn't crash. It just wouldn't load. That's what it was. So, I already created him a manager anyway. I'm going to go ahead and add him in the ring. Add her, I'm sorry. And we're going to face the Pumpkin Man. Hopefully this game won't crash. It hasn't been crashing on me. People have been telling me that the game still crashes on them. For me personally, it hasn't. We'll use Thursday Night Shock. I never use rope breaks. I always turn that off. It's just what I do. I'm not gonna mess with that. This is a glitch here that I found. It's like when you go to weapon wheel, sometimes you get stuck there. Okay, there's no. Okay, so I have a custom wrestler, two custom wrestlers. One of them with a lot of parts. One of them have words on his chest or his stomach. And from what I hear, when you wrestle, those are misplaced and all this stuff. I haven't seen that happen. This should load up fine. It has been. So right here we have a custom arena, and there's logos and letters in that custom arena. I have wrestlers. I even have a ring manager. He has custom letters on his attire. Now remember, that did not work before the patch. Ever since then, I've played it, and it has worked. And we have the guy that you see with the pumpkin on his head. He actually has a mask under the pumpkin. He has a lot of parts. Something that you would think maybe something like this would cause the game to crash. Thus far, I have not had that issue. So let's see if anything changes here. I will tell you that custom wrestlers and arenas take longer to load than, you know, WWE wrestlers. If you pick two WWE wrestlers and put them both on Raw, you know, as you can see, that loaded fine. But, and I expect that, you know, that's pretty logical. I think that would be a normal thing in a lot of different video games. And because of copyright reasons, they don't let you play their music for the YouTube videos. But he actually has Papa Shango's entrance.
Making his way to the ring.
I feel like that matches him. You know, I like this character. One thing I don't like about this game is when it comes to community creations, I cannot upload him because he has parts that you have to unlock. In the past, they've had games like that, but
You're absolutely right, Michael.
only people that had those parts unlocked could at least upload that wrestler. In this one, you can't, or download that wrestler. In this one, you just can't upload them at all. They just totally just don't let you do it. Maybe they were having issues with that. Maybe something like that could be patched. I really just don't know. And another reason for this video is I just want to show you the gameplay. You know, with managers, I had issues in 2K19 with the AI of the managers. Not really the AI, but the fact that it was a very repetitive thing where they did the same dumb things in every match. You know, as you can see, they have intergender entrances now. 2K19 did not feature that at all. You either had to be two women or two males, but you could not be intergender. You either had to have two males, or I'm sorry, if you had an intergender team that came together, they either came to the ring like two women or two men. which is something I just didn't do. So I just didn't select it. As you can see, the other wrestler stays in the ring. And sometimes the animation, you bump into him. I don't have an issue with that. I think that's cool. I like it. Because you don't walk through them, you kind of bump into them. Sometimes the arm kind of, you know, they kind of act like he's not there. They ignore him as he's walking back there. I actually like that. Some people complain about it. I like it. Let me do a little gameplay. I'm not going to talk as much while I'm wrestling. I just want you to see the gameplay.
It's amazing. For more than 50 years, men and women have
it's a very fun game to me.
And
people are telling me the graphics look like PS3. I've even heard people say PS2. I strongly disagree with that. If the graphics are less than, you know, 2K19 and 18, you can make a good argument on that, but you can't. This is not PS3 looking game. This is definitely PS4.
Vertical suplex. Finds a way to reverse. Set it up.
And the controls, the differences with the finisher and the counter.
And again, yet another counter.
I got used to that very good.
Again.
And yes, the match does. They move at a slower pace in this game.
Another amazing singles contest. These two never cease to entertain.
Not in a way that
WWE
really
universe.
bothers me or irritates me, but it is slower. You know, the way they interact with each other, the way they pick them up. I think it might be to account for stamina or something. They may have done that intentionally.
Reversal. What a counter. Nice amateur takedown. Oh, he knew that was coming. Uh-oh. Up across the shoulder.
I can tell you, I do think the crowd
He might have been waiting on that one.
looks a little bit. The graphics are a little bit affected from 2K19. I think looked at it a little bit better, not in a way that's a big deal. I'm controlling the character with the brown hair and the singer, by the way, for whatever that's worth. And another thing is, it appears at times, this game appears to be easier at times. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Look past the ring at the thousands and thousands of WWE fans in attendance.
Another thing I'll tell you is when creating a ring, you can no longer create old school style based rings because you have to have that LED light thing. You have to have it in every creation now. They don't offer the option to take that off anymore. 2K19, you were able to not have it. In this one, there's no way out of it. You have to have it. I don't necessarily like that because now you can't create any rings that's based on, you know, sort of old. I like doing that. I like creating stuff that's time period friendly, but this obviously is not because of that.
Buster. Will he be victorious? 1, 2. And he manages to get the shoulder up. How'd he do that?
For me right now, this game plays very fluidly. Like, I like it. I like the way this game plays to this point. And what he's doing right now has a lot to do with his personality that you give him. They do different stuff. That's nothing new. That was in 2K19, probably even 17, 18 as well, I think.
Oh, the human torture rack.
And I always love the move additions they add to this game. One feature that they have not added yet that I've been really wanting is for you to have the ability to switch between the wrestler and the manager, the same way you switch when you're doing a tag team match.
Just a debilitating neck breaker.
But they just haven't added that in the game. I wish they would. That would really take
Just a step
the
quicker.
manager matches to another level if you could
An
just
impressive
switch between
series
the
of
two.
moves. Looks
That'd be
like
pretty
nobody's
awesome.
budging, Cole.
And I know if he, in 2K19, if he even bumps into that female manager, just barely bumps him, that match is over. They throw the match. It's a DQ. I hate countouts, by the way. I usually don't get counted out, but
Right to the leg.
the hit detection is
Evading
good
possible
to me.
disaster there.
I didn't really notice too much
Going
before the
after upper
patch,
body. And
but I
it's
wasn't
targeted
playing
attacks
multi.
like
I
this
wasn't
that
doing
put
like
people on
4-way
shelves
matches or
for a
8-man
very
tag
long
matches
time.
either. So
Oh,
that
this
might
could
have been
be
more
something.
for stuff like that.
Oh, what an uppercut. No
That's his
man
finishing
does that
move.
better.
As you can see,
That will hit the target.
the
Let's see
finishing
that
move I
again.
gave this same wrestler in 2K19 is not in the game anymore. I had trouble finding it. If it's in the game, apparently it must have a different name because he smacked him right in the pumpkin. He probably
There's
won't
a pin
kick out of
now.
this. This game, there's less kickouts. It's a little bit less dramatic on that end. And the game does seem easier. At some point, I may want to change the difficulty level sometimes.
Let's look back on the action from the last
Because
match.
now I find myself like not pressing buttons at moments
He ain't playing
just to give the
here.
opponent a little bit of work so that the match can seem like a good match. Even though you don't really have to do that because they do a lot of counters and stuff too. But there's less kickouts in this. And I know people are like, well, that's based on attributes. And it is, but even if you give a guy high attributes, you know, you do 2 finishers, they're pretty much not kicking out. 2K19, man, I do 3 and 4 finishers,
times in the victory.
and here comes somebody. I don't know what's going on. Man.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not a WWE. She's in the room now. I'm not a WWE. I don't watch WWE, so I don't even know who that is. But I think it's Bo Dallas or something. What's she doing? Oh, I want to see her do something. This is something you didn't see in the last one. You didn't see the manager get involved in run-ins.
Oh, look at this power. This is unholy.
She's back in the ring now, so you know, I almost wonder if she's gonna do something. I'm thinking probably not because she's a female wrestler, and they try to avoid that type of stuff in these games. In 2K19, I would have trouble like.
Big time clothesline.
Oh yes. This is new. I never seen that in 2K19. They never did that. So now she's helping him out. She saved him too.
Oh, the human torture.
That's a little glitchy, the way she's in the corner. But I don't ever see them do their, you know, their victory scenes when there's manager matches. When it comes to intergender matches, even though you do select one when you group them together as a stable. But so that's something different. I like that sort of addition to it. Yeah, it was a little on the glitchy side, you know, just barely. You know, she was a little confused, went in the ring, went out of the ring, was sort of stuck in a corner, walking in place, skipping or galloping or whatever. But I like the fact that they added that. So they are doing something with the outside interference. But yeah, to get to the point of this video, I just wanted to tell you about the different things I noticed in the patch. Basically, the customization stuff, from my perspective, is fixed. I see people talking about, you know, things like when they put logos on wrestlers, they're misplaced. I heard people talking about downloading community creation based stuff and having the parts misplaced, or, you know, the character doesn't quite look like they're supposed to look, as far as when you look at the example, or this, you know, when you view them and then you wrestle with them, there's some parts that are misplaced. Now, I haven't done any of that. The only thing I've done was uploaded two characters, Cain Velasquez and Habib Nurmagomedov. Habib Nurmagomedov was my highest upload in 2K19. He only has 2 right now. Velasquez has 99. So, you know, I'm getting a little bit of uploads there. But anyway, I'm going to do another video soon because I want to check out some of the other stuff for myself. I'm going to explore with the community creations, see if I get any crashes or anything real bad or glitchy. But right now, I'm actually enjoying this game. This game is coming around. It's enjoyable, you know. And I showed you some things in the game with the women creations. I don't believe they're gonna patch those things. Hopefully, I'm wrong. We'll see. But anyway, till the next video. Thanks for watching.